All right, guys, welcome back to this segment. I hope you're good. Uh, of course, I'm really happy, especially because of what happened yesterday in the Spanish La Liga. EJUKE opening his goal scoring record for this Sevilla outfit last night with not just a beautifully converted chance that he created for himself, but also for the fact that that goal was the goal that got them all 3 points. It got them the victory for that game in a very very difficult game that they had to play uh, with 10 men, before the end of the game, and it was just so magnificent, especially uh, considering that I talked about these guys in one of the videos I made a few hours ago, where I said that their future with this club is hanging on the balance because they've not been getting the results. Sevilla had not been winning games as much as they wanted to. They've only won one game in their 6 games total this season before that yesterday game. So it was really very pressing for them to start winning games. Else, their investment would have been something that they would want to cut their losses and ship those guys away. And of course, if they want to do that, definitely our players, Kelechi Iheanacho would be one of the victims, and maybe Chidera EJUKE. But it was so good to see that they go back to winning ways. Thankfully, it came from Nigerian player Chidera EJUKE, and he was so happy the way he celebrated that goal. You could see that he actually needed that goal to give him some confidence, some encouragement to keep pushing, to build from there, not just for EJUKE, but also for Sevilla team as a whole. They've been suffering a lot, and this win is hopefully going to give them the right energy and the right mentality to keep pushing and try to win games from here. For the performances of our players, of course, they did extremely well. Kelechi Iheanacho actually started that game from the get-go, playing for 62 minutes, having 4 shots, contributing immensely to this team. And then he was substituted. Then for Chidera EJUKE, he came in the second half. He came in as a sub towards 70 minutes and ended up being the decider for that game, contributing really well, creating two shots and then scoring 1 goal to help Sevilla get back on track, in the Spanish La Liga. Of course, this greatly improves their standing in the league right now. It's not so much they've not been able to make it into the top 4, but it's something to build from. Right now, they are currently sitting at 12th position with 8 points from 7 games, and hopefully they can build from there, and then our players can shine. But away from the Spanish La Liga, we also had some games go down in the Serie A, and Ademola Lookman's Atalanta was on duty for that one against Cesc Fabregas managed Como. The game was actually a very heated game, and unfortunately for Atalanta and Ademola Lookman, they lost that game 2-3. Lookman getting on the score sheets in the 90 plus 9 minutes, but after Como had already put 3 past Atalanta. It was not the result obviously that they were expecting, and going into that match, I thought it was going to be a walkover for Atalanta, because again they were playing in their home soil, and Como were just coming back from relegation last season, so I didn't think it was going to be a match that they were going to win. But obviously I was underplaying the fact that they had a very very good tactician as a manager, the person of Cesc Fabregas, and he showed why he is not only one of the best midfielders during his time, but also a coach that can tactically win matches. Because player for player, I can't really compare Como with this Atlanta side, but we saw how they were able to pull up the 3 points with the tactics and togetherness, working together as a team. Again, not the best of result that we wanted for our brother right there, but I was a bit angry with the coach because he didn't put Lookman from the start of the game, and this is a Serie A match. It's very important. It's not like the League Cup or the Coppa Italia, but the coach decided against starting Lookman and only bringing him later on, after they had conceded 3 goals. They were losing 3-1, and then he had to bring Ademola Lookman uh, in around 60 something minutes. And the man did what he knows how to do best: score 1 goal for them. But unfortunately, it wasn't enough to get all 3 points. But moving away from that one, I also have an update regarding Nigerian Super Eagles coaching position. There's been some reports right now published by a number of Nigerian sports media. I think Ongo is one of the media that has published this one. And there's the speculation that Patrick Viera, the French international, but originally from Senegal, has actually expressed interest in handling the Nigerian Super Eagles. Of course, the head coach position is still up for grabs, and a lot of coaches are shooting their shots, trying to get a chance to land that heavily coveted job. But there's no credibility to this, whatsoever, because of course, if you follow the channel, if you follow the updates about the head coach position, you know that we've had a ton of coaches who have showed interest. A list of them, they are endless. It's not about showing interest, but it's about the viability of these guys actually being employed, and the suitability, of course, as well. Because for me personally, I don't think that Viera is the kind of person that we are looking for. I think it's even if the rumors or speculations are true, I think Viera is too much of a gamble for the NFF to start to consider. I know, yes, he did some really nice, fantastic work, I think 1 or 2 seasons ago with Crystal Palace, but I don't think it's at the level that we want our coach to be. Of course, the fans have expressed that time and again that they want a world-class coach. If you're going to get a foreign manager, then go for a world-class manager that you're going to pay a reasonable amount of money, and then it's going to get the results, not trials and errors, with all these coaches that we still regard as average coaches. But that is just my opinion. You can lend in your voice as well if you think Viera is actually a good option for NFF to consider, when they're selecting their coach. But as it stands now, it's still a speculation. There hasn't been much activity going on about NFF trying to get a coach right now, because it seems that they are focusing, as I said in previous video, on supporting Guavon, at least for the time being, for him to handle the 2 games that are going to come up in October as a caretaker coach. But more stories will be unraveling in the later hours, and trust me to let you guys know what's happening around our team. That's the updates for now. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and stay tuned.